Well, time had come to load up and head on down from Homosassa to Plant City. Spent a little time with my brother and nephew. Of course, I decided I'd stay on the scenic route and maybe even swing by our office there in Dunedin. Sure, it added about an hour to the drive, but all we had on the agenda was dinner and catching up. After plugging the boat in to charge, we went to Chili's, had great dinner. My brother was his usually goofy self. And then Lucas, my nephew, and I were planning the next day. I told him I'd really like to go up to Apopka Wildlife and drive through safari style with my big lens hanging out the front of my Jeep. He asked if I had some binoculars and said he'd be up for that. Upon further investigation, we saw they weren't even open except for on weekends. Plan B was another hot spot I'd known about, but it was going to be walking instead of driving. But Lucas said he was up for it. Man, was that place full of wildlife. My goodness, we ended up walking about 3 miles. It's a beautiful day, so we didn't mind. I took hundreds of pictures. Here's just a few. I made a whole separate video of the pictures from this trip. Check for it in the description. I think the Plan B turned out to be better than the Plan A would have. After some shopping and lunch, I dropped Lucas off. It was time to head on down to Matlacha, widely regarded as the most colorful old Florida fishing village. I'd found a great deal on a room with a dock right outside the back to park my boat. It wasn't fancy, but it had everything I needed, and it was right across the canal from a public park with a boat launch. There was a pretty good vibe to the place. There was osprey nests across the street, pelicans and cormorant right across the canal, and little restaurants all within walking distance. When I checked eBird for hotspots, I knew Sanibel would be a hotspot. I just didn't know how much of it would be by water or if it was from people driving through the refuge. Since I had the boat and that was the big idea, I decided to check the navigation maps for what the route to the refuge area would look like. It looked like Tarpon Bay Marina would be a good spot to get over there and then regroup and check it out. Loaded up the gear and went to launch the boat and make the 18-19 mile trip on over. This was definitely one of the least crowded boat ramps I had used in Florida so far. Once again, there were signs everywhere that I was amongst good people.
Everybody.
Watch out for that dock there, Tommy. Whoa.
That was close. Remember, love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. Merry Christmas, everybody. All right. Coming on right here, we got the Angler's End. Bro, T keeps spending a couple nights there. Right here on the right, behind me. Screened in porches. 4 units on the dock. Crazy dogs at the office. Bunch of them, 3 or 4.
There's a lot of no wake zone and minimal wake zone on the way out to the channel and out to Sanibel. So I thought I'd entertain y'all a little bit.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Ding dong, ding dong. Christmas bells are ringing.
Yeah, I found an all Christmas radio station just in time. I had some Christmas spirit now. Time to get a moving. What's that? See some birds? Hold on.
See if this guy stays up here for a selfie. He didn't move when I just passed by, so we'll try again. See what happens. Getting off into the sunset now. Can you get him in the shot? What I'll do. Yes. We're ready. Fixing to be behind me. You old boy up there. Hope he's in the shot. My buddy, old cormorant up there. He ain't worried about me. Not worried about me at all, really. Sweet. Well, we made it. Ding darling. Marina's closed. That was the goal, make it to the marina. Wouldn't let me tie up or nothing, so swap the tanks out. Head on back up to, all the way back up to Matlacha. Yeehaw!
I didn't get near the pictures I thought I was going to get in that area, but did have a fantastic time riding around in the boat so much. Here's a few of the pictures for you. This sequence of this osprey eating a mullet on the channel marker post was some of my favorite moments of the whole trip. He gave me a look like, come on dude, you gonna sit here and take pictures of me while I'm eating? So I loaded up and headed on back to the launch. As I pulled back into the no-wake zone of Matlacha, I couldn't help but be super grateful for such a wonderful day out on the water and marvel of God's creation. Sure, I didn't get a whole bunch of bird pictures or wildlife, but I couldn't actually think of anything more relaxing that I could have done. I'll just let this play out as I pull back up to the angler's end. And I think it's just as relaxing, or should be, as the waterfall video was, part 1. Enjoy. After a great night's sleep, pretty much all I was left to do is get the boat out the water,
head on out of Matlacha. Thank you so much, Matlacha. It's been a great visit.